In the One Piece universe, there's one pirate group that is discreetly controlling everything and making shrewd decisions, and that is the Red Hair Pirates, of course. Led by Akagami Shanks, they now rank among the most formidable pirate crews in the anime and have the status of the Emperor's crew. What's more intriguing is that none of the members of this crew is a devil fruit user. These guys ascended to the top exclusively with their sheer strength. That too at a time when pirates with devil fruit powers were beginning to rule the seas. This fact stands as substantial proof of the incredible strength of the Red Hair Pirates. After waiting decades to see them in action, Red Hair Pirates have started making major moves in the One Piece universe. So it's time we get acquainted with the entire crew. Here are 12 known Red Hair Pirates members. At number 1, we have Shanks, the captain of the crew and one of the Yonko of the sea. Shanks is an extremely powerful pirate in the New World. He has a bounty of more than 4 billion berries on his head, which just goes to show that he is in a league of his own. Shanks is a tremendous user of Conqueror's Haki, as seen during the Wano Country arc, where he paralyzed and scared off Green Bull using its powers. His true strength remains unknown. However, he is likely the most pirate alive at the moment, now that Kaido is down for good. He is known to be an exceptional Haki user, strong enough to destroy a pirate worth 3 billion berries and his right-hand man in a single swing of his sword. Shanks was able to dismantle the Kid Pirates effortlessly, and while this is a great showing of his strength, the fact is that he wasn't even going all out. Another incredible ability that he possesses is the power to see into the future. While Luffy can look into the future for a short while, Shanks can do so for more than 10 seconds, which is nothing short of staggering. It goes without saying that Shanks is an exceptionally powerful pirate, and his control over Haki makes him a truly monstrous fighter on the seas. The next one is Beckman. Beckman is the vice captain of Shanks' crew and is a mighty powerful pirate who has often been described as the dark to Shanks' light. 12 years ago, he single-handedly defeated Higuma's crew of mountain bandits, using only a cigarette and his rifle as a club. Beckman is quite a monster in combat, as is evident from the fact that even Kizaru, a Navy admiral, was afraid of him in Marineford. According to the 4 billion volume, Beckman is tremendously overpowered, and his Haki is potentially even greater than that of an admiral. These words are directly taken from a volume based on Shanks' crew, which is supplementary information supplied by Oda himself. Beckman has not had his fighting style entirely revealed just yet. He might be able to fight using his gun, and the 4 billion volume also states that Beckman is a great user of Haki, which he uses with his bullets. If admirals fear this person, it is clear to see that he is a pirate in an entirely different league when compared to most first commanders. The next one is Lucky Row. Lucky Row is the second strongest subordinate of the Red Hair Pirates and an incredibly powerful cook. Just like Yaso, he has a very high bounty on his head and is one of the reasons why this crew doesn't have any big weaknesses. Ru's true strength hasn't been seen in combat just yet. However, he is most likely going to be a monster. He was the first person in the story to kill someone, and that certainly says a lot about him. According to the 4 billion volume, Ru uses a unique fighting style where he launches attacks by spinning his entire body and targeting his enemies. These attacks are made stronger with the usage of Haki. So far, we have not seen him fight in the manga. However, these abilities are great enough for him to be considered an incredibly overpowered fighter. Our next Red Hair member is Yaso. Yaso is one of the more prominent members of the Red Hair Pirates and the father of Usopp. He is one of the top 3 executives of the Red Hair Pirates and has a very high bounty on his head. According to Brand New, Yaso is an incredible sniper, the likes of which Luffy has never seen before. In combat, he is so exceptional that Shanks personally came to Syrup Village to seek him out. His skill with a gun is such that he can snipe the antenna of a fly from 100 meters away without harming the rest of it. Yaso is also an excellent observation Haki user and can see the future longer than Katakuri. Yaso is on an entirely different level when compared to most of the observation Haki users in One Piece. Even his own son, Usopp, who is an excellent user of observation Haki, cannot compare to him. Yaso is certainly an excellent fighter, as has been confirmed recently in One Piece. Now, the next one is Lime Juice. Lime Juice is quite a powerful member of the Red Hair Pirates and an elite officer of the crew as well. Lime Juice primarily fights with an electrically charged staff, which he employs in aerial combat. However, how good exactly he is with it isn't known just yet. Lime Juice is likely a decent user of Haki, as is evident from his posting as an officer of the Red Hair Pirates. He is able to jump in mid-air, similar to Skywalk and Gappo. Lime Juice was also shown with an axe in his past, although he has yet to be seen using using it in the story proper. Moving on to one of the older members of the Red Hair Pirates, Building Snake. It is unknown as to exactly when Shanks recruited him on his crew, but if he is here, it means he is definitely strong. He's a skilled fighter, being an officer of a Yonko crew, and most likely knows how to wield haki. Snake is a user of a saber in combat as his weapon of choice, and likely coats it in high-level haki to deal damage to his enemies. Moving on to Howling Gab, yet another executive of the Red Hair Pirates, and by the looks of it, he's one of their mightiest. He has a beastly presence about him, and likely possesses tremendously high physical strength. It is unknown what kind of powers he uses in combat. However, for him to be a user of armament and observation doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. Howling Gab uses his howls to hurt enemies, according to Film Red. The next one is Hongo. Hongo is an officer of the Red Hair Pirates, giving him authority over lower-ranking members of the crew. As a doctor, Hongo has great knowledge of medical practices. He is also very familiar with weapons and can dismantle them near instantaneously. Hongo appears to wield an as-yet unidentified polearm as his weapon. In the anime, this appears to be a quarterstaff. He was also shown wielding a saber in the past. Being an officer of the Red Hair Pirates, it is highly likely that he is skilled in haki as well, and combines it with his polearm to fend off his enemies. While not among the strongest of members, he's still pretty tough. The next one is Bonk Punch. Bonk Punch is yet another powerful executive of the Red Hair Pirates. So far, little to nothing is known about him. However, he is likely very powerful. According to Film Red, Bonk Punch has a very powerful punch. As mentioned by Brand New, every member of the Red Hair Pirates has a high bounty, meaning they have all made a name for themselves in the new world. Bonk Punch is thus likely to be very powerful. Now the next one is Monster. Monster is a monkey who is often seen sitting on the shoulder of Bonk Punch. Just like the Straw Hat Pirates have Chopper as an animal. Capable of combat, the Red Hair Pirates have Monster. Surprisingly, Monster is known to be one of the executives of the Red Hair Pirates, which just goes to show that he has some level of fighting capabilities. How exactly he fights apart from creating distractions isn't known just yet. However, in the future we will definitely see him in combat. Now, the second last member is Rockstar. Rockstar is one of the earliest members of the Red Hair Pirates to be introduced in One Piece. Although he didn't make his debut with the rest of the crew at the beginning of the story, he went on to join them at a later point. We saw Rockstar when Shanks sent him to converse with none other than Whitebeard himself. There it was, revealed that Rockstar had a 94 million berry bounty, which was nothing short of impressive for a rookie such as himself. Since then, he's grown in power and influence, without a doubt. 2 years have now passed, and Rockstar is certainly one of the most influential members of the Shanks crew. His strength is on the unknown side. However, he's most likely very powerful. That said, he is not one of the officers of the Red Hair Pirates, meaning that he might be among the weaker ones on the crew. Nonetheless, we have not seen him in action ever since the time skip, and a true judgment can only be made once that happens. Now at last we have Utah. We all know Utah. She was the antagonist of One Piece Film Red. Utah is often known to be the musician of the Shanks crew, and she served this role for quite a long time as a child. One day, however, she was forced to leave the crew when on the island of Elegia. She accidentally awoke Tot Musica and destroyed the whole place. Shanks and his crew left her behind so she could work on her musical prowess, and in time, she became the greatest diva in the world. Utah is also incredibly powerful, and her devil fruit allows her to drop anyone who she sings to in the world of music. Her powers were great enough to subdue the entirety of the Straw Hat Pirates in Film Red. Her devil fruit, the Utah Nomi, is incredibly overpowered and allows her to control sound in very specific ways. By singing, she can teleport the consciousness of people into a different world, breaking out of which is incredibly difficult. This devil fruit is very dangerous when used, and Utah has mastered it to quite a degree. Even after the havoc that she caused in Film Red, Utah is still considered to be the musician of the Red Hair Pirates, and that's a position that she will always hold. Currently, it is unknown if Utah managed to survive the aftermath of the incident on Elegia Island, and we can say she was the only devil fruit user on the Red Hair Pirates. The video ends here, but if you want, I can make a video about some special secrets of Shanks that you may not know about. See you with another amazing video. Until then, goodbye.